There is a myth among conservative Christian circles in the West that Russia is an Orthodox Christian country fighting against leftists for traditional values. However, this is not the case. The most Orthodox countries can include Ukraine, but definitely not Russia. Let's acquaint ourselves with some facts. First, let's look at the statistics of those who regularly attend religious services. As you can see, few people in Russia regularly attend religious services. Only 6 to 8%. Keep in mind that the statistics include all religions, including Islam. In Ukraine, 20 to 22% regularly attend religious services. Here's another interesting statistic. In Russia, 60 to 70% rarely or never attend religious services, while in Ukraine, it's 30 to 40%. Who do you think is the truly Orthodox country here? And what's in the news? According to a police report, 1.4 million Orthodox believers attended churches in Russia last Christmas, which represents just 1% of the total population. Meanwhile, a police report from Ukraine indicates that approximately 10 million people attended churches, constituting about 30% of the population. In both absolute numbers and percentages, Ukraine demonstrates a higher level of orthodoxy and Christianity. And it has always been so. In order not to go into the deep antiquity, I will give an example from the Soviet period. In his memoirs, the assistant to the Soviet leader of Ukraine recalls that Shurbitsky was reminded from Moscow about such a serious problem for the Soviet government. In Ukraine there were as much as 75% of the religious organizations of the entire Soviet Union. Do you see the scale of Ukraine and the rest of the USSR? And in this relatively small Ukraine, 75% of all religious organizations were concentrated. Predominantly Orthodox. So, who is the Orthodox country here? That's a rhetorical question. But Russia has convinced many around the world that they are the outpost of orthodoxy. But I think fake it until you make it doesn't work here.